What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I did want to give a huge shout out to one of my favorite companies of all time, which is Audible. Thank you to Audible for sponsoring today's video. If you guys have not heard of them before, they're essentially one of the best places to listen to audiobooks online. In fact, in my opinion, it is the best place to listen to audiobooks online. And I know you guys ask me for my own book recommendations all the time about what you guys should be listening to or what I personally listen to on Audible. So if you guys want to know my recommendation, personally, the first two audiobooks that I listened to on Audible have been the most life-changing audiobooks that I think I've ever listened to. And those were both by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and it was Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, as well as his book Becoming Supernatural. So those are both on Audible, and I highly recommend those. Those were by far some of the most life-changing audiobooks that I've ever listened to. And the one that I'm listening to right now is actually a book that I read when I was much younger, but I'm re-listening to it right now on Audible, and that is Seth Speaks: The Nature of Personal Reality by Jane Roberts. That book is phenomenal. It teaches a lot of esoteric knowledge that is just highly captivating and filled with just so much knowledge. And the most convenient thing about Audible is that you don't need to actually make time to sit there and read. I love listening to Audible, for example, when I'm getting ready. It's just like a whole multitasking thing that's going on. I love listening to Audible when I'm cooking or even when I'm driving. Just putting that on and listening to an audiobook makes me feel so productive. It makes me feel like I'm doing something with my day. And I love adding that in when I am just at home doing my stuff, doing my chores, and I can actually feel like I'm being productive and growing internally and doing some self-improvement on the inside. So I highly recommend Audible for you guys. One of my favorite things that I think you guys should check out is audible.com/sleep, because over here you guys can listen to music to fall asleep to even when you wake up. If you guys want to do a meditation, which you know I'm all about meditating, and they have places where you can do that. It is audible.com/sleep, and it is completely free right now during this quarantine time, so I highly recommend checking it out, especially if you guys want to get into meditation, because you know how highly I recommend meditating. Another thing that you guys can check out is stories.audible.com, and this is completely free as well right now, and essentially you can browse through hundreds and hundreds of titles to listen to anything, and this website is absolutely free. You don't even need to sign up to use it. So if you guys want to expand your mind, have some self-improvement, all that kind of good stuff, you guys can head to those two places if you guys want to try something for absolutely free. If you guys do want to sign up for a membership, I highly recommend going to my link, which is audible.com/gemgoddess, or you guys can text gemgoddess to 500-500. I'll have some links down below in the description box that you guys can click as well for easy access. And by using my link, you guys get 1 month for absolutely free, as well as a free audiobook. So definitely go check it out. Hope you guys love it as much as I do. And without further ado, let's hop right into today's pick a card reading, starting now. Hello, my loves. What's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the September love prediction, your love life during the month of September of 2020. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you're the most drawn towards. And then once you're done choosing your pile, you can go ahead and scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card, so that you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading. If you guys like to choose with crystals below the cards, I'll be popping some crystals on there right now. Alright, so if you guys like to choose with crystals below the cards, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some Numite, then we have some regular Himalayan quartz, then over here we have Danbarite, then over here we have Sacred 7 or Super 7, and then over here we have some blue obsidian. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you're the most drawn towards, and then once you're done choosing your pile, you can grow ahead. You can go ahead and scroll down into the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card, and then skip ahead and watch your personal reading. So without further ado, let's hop right into the September love life prediction, starting now. Alright, so group number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your love life prediction for the month of September. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number one here is what we have for you guys. We have the World over here, then we have the Ace of Cups, then we have the Five of Wands being reversed, and then over here we have the Eight of Cups to end us off. So what I'm really getting for you guys when we start off with the World, this means that you guys are completing a phase of your life. So whether you guys have been single, you're completing that phase, whether you guys have been, just experiencing like patterns, anything like patterns in relationships, patterns in your love life, that is all coming to a completion. It's coming to an end. It's also very interesting that Jupiter goes direct in September, and that's going to be pretty fun and exciting because Jupiter is all about expansion. It's all about new things, and the fact that it's finally getting out of its retrograde cycle, it's going to be pushing a lot of things forward. It's going to be helping us feel a lot more expansive. So if you guys have any like Sagittarius or Pisces in your chart, you're probably going to notice this more significantly than most people. So yeah, with the World over here, I definitely see you guys are ending a certain pattern and a certain cycle that you guys have been going through. So again, if you guys have been experiencing frustrations, if you guys have been experiencing any of those patterns, I do see that finally coming to an end in the month of September. And then the next card that we have over here is the Ace of Cups. So I do feel like you guys are going to finally be like reaching out. Somebody might be reaching out to you. If you guys are in a relationship, this could be somebody, apologizing, saying sorry, reaching out a hand of like, an offer of trying to work things out. If you guys are single, I see somebody asking you out on a date. The Ace of Cups can definitely be that invitation of somebody reaching out to you and kind of being like, so how does dinner sound? Things like that. So I definitely see that you guys are going to have like a romantic connection coming in the month of September after you guys are done completing these phases. I feel like these phases are going to be completing during the end of August, and then in the sort of beginning week of September, I feel like anywhere from September 1st to September 9th, I feel like somebody might be reaching out to you and just saying hello. They might even ask you out on a date, or maybe it's just some good casual conversation, but you can tell there's a bit of flirting here because the Ace of Cups, there's definitely like a subtle hint of like flirting and chemistry kind of happening and bubbling up. So that's always really exciting. And again, if you guys are in a relationship, this could be like apologies and finally like, figuring out what you guys can do together, that sort of stuff. And then with the Five of Wands being reversed over here, if you guys have been having like arguments or you guys have been having like a frustrating time, this can indicate that we're finally kind of like ending some of the frustrating times when we feel like we're butting heads with people, or we feel like we're always getting in our own way and stopping our love lives from progressing, and we feel like we're constantly battling certain like anger or annoyances or patterns that come up that we always end up dealing with. I do feel like you guys are finally really recognizing those in the month of September, and those are finally going to kind of bubble to the surface. I do feel like if you guys have been single for a while, you might also battle with this new person a little bit, not in an argumentative way, but I feel like internally you're going to be kind of facing all of your kind of inner worries or inner fears. Those are kind of going to be bubbling up because you might notice that there's something about this person that might remind you of something, but it's in order for you to really start to complete those cycles and recognize in yourself why those might have been occurring, and those are kind of going to be fading away. And then we also have the Eight of Cups to end us off. And so I do feel like you guys are kind of leaving something behind. So if you guys have been struggling with some sort of pattern, I definitely see some sort of pattern happening. I do feel like that pattern is ending, especially mid to end of September. Some sort of pattern is ending. So either you guys are going to choose to walk away from something and you're going to choose to no longer go for those type of people, or you're going to choose to end something. Or it could be that, with a lot of discussions, because the Five of Wands can also indicate that we're like really hashing out some things and discussing some things. We might actually end up working it out internally and figuring it out and figuring out how to stomp out that fire, if you know what I mean, the fire of those like patterns always coming up and always occurring, things like that. So I definitely feel like you guys are ending things, ending cycles, ending old behaviors, and stepping into a world of accepting new things. There could also be like someone from your past kind of coming in a little bit, and there's some things that need to be hashed out, but I do feel like you guys are really leaving behind something, and you're leaving behind patterns, leaving behind cycles. You're completing a certain cycle, okay? So especially with what we're going through right now astrologically, a lot of us are bringing up a lot of internal or even past life karma that is now coming up in order to complete that cycle and begin a fresh new cycle. The world is all about starting fresh new cycles. And so September for you guys is all about beginning those fresh new cycles, which is so exciting. So let's see, our next two cards that we have over here, we have past life relationship and we have new love. Oh, so interesting over here. So you guys are definitely completing cycles, past life karmic things. Astrologically, we're all going through that anyway right now. So it all makes sense that this is coming up collectively in a pick a card reading. So definitely there could be some X coming up in September where you guys really have to just hash out that karma, or it could be a current relationship that you guys are going through where you're finally completing those patterns and cycles that were there because of some past life karma, past life relationship kind of stuff that was bubbling up. And I do feel like someone new is definitely coming in because we also have this new love card over here. So I feel like you guys are finally going to be ready for new love. And I feel like this is almost that situation where you don't even go for the same type anymore. And I feel like you might even start to be attracted to like a new type. Whenever we have Five of Wands can indicate like different cultures, different backgrounds, different things like that. And so I feel like after the month of September, I feel like you're going to be attracted to a whole new type of person. It's not going to be your regular type. And I do feel like you're going to be very interested in attracting a new love into your life in the month of September. But I feel like it's definitely going to be out of the realm of your regular type. I feel like you're literally kind of rebirthing this new cycle of being like, I don't even know why I was attracted to those other people before. You're not even going to understand why, because all of a sudden I really feel like you guys are switching. I feel like something's going to happen. Something kind of out of the blue might happen. And you're going to meet someone who ends up not being your type, your regular type, but you're going to really be so intrigued by it that you're going to be like, oh, well, I definitely want to explore that. I feel like I now have a new type because this is so much better. This is so much more attractive. I do feel like you guys are changing up what your regular type is for sure. The next three cards that we have over here, we have, falling in love, kissing the divine in another, and yourself. So I do feel like this is all about self-love, embracing your own self. And then also, there's definitely a possibility to fall in love with someone new in the month of September for you guys. With the Ace of Cups over here, the new love and falling in love, wow, there's definitely a potential to be falling in love with someone new. Then we also have Lemuria returns, earthly spirituality, community, and ocean conservation. So this, I feel like you might meet someone, this can be social media, community can be social media, it can be in your immediate community, maybe in your friend community or when you're out or something like that. I do feel like you're gonna possibly meet somebody new. Lemuria returns though, this is like all of a sudden our inspiration returns, all of a sudden our creativity returns. I feel like as you kind of step into this new world and you kind of begin to let go of the past, I feel like you're really gonna start to get super inspired about new things. And the Lemuria is kind of like the like your Emerald City, I guess, like the euphoric place that we can all get to when it feels like our world becomes very heavenly. And so Lemuria is like that heaven on earth type of feeling. And so I really feel like as you begin to, move in this new direction and start to let go of the past and close off the past, you're really going to start to enter this new cycle where I feel like you guys are going to be very inspired and very excited and so ready to open up your heart again. But to this whole new type, it's someone that they don't look like your exes, they don't look like anyone else you've ever dated. They're totally different. They probably have a different background too. They might even be from a different country. They might even be from somewhere new. And then we also have this card over here, the Selkie and her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. So I feel like you're going to really return to who you naturally are internally. So this could even be, maybe you were always attracted to people that were outside of your current culture, and now you're finally going to be, attracting who you're, I don't know, it's just a new type. It could be outside of your current culture, it could be within your current culture. It really depends. Whatever your old type was, that is somehow shifting into something new. And so whether you were previously always into, you know, people that were your same culture, I feel like you guys are going to be interested in someone that's, you know, very different, that offers a whole new cultural background. Or if you guys were constantly always into different cultures, maybe you're going to finally be like, maybe I want to try dating someone who's in my culture. I don't know. Somehow you guys are changing it up. Either or, whatever your current type is changing up. I'm sure you guys get the idea. I'm sure I don't need to explain it any further than that. But yeah, it's like, whew, you guys are changing up your usual type. The next three cards that we have over here, we have 6th house of routine, we have the 7th house of partners, and we have Leo, I will. Ooh. So the 6th house of routine, so whatever your current patterns are, whatever your current routines are, you know, if you're constantly always into, I don't know, Portuguese people, maybe you're gonna all of a sudden be into Russian people. I don't know. Somehow you guys are changing up your routine. You're changing up your current cycles. Maybe you're always going for the bad boy or bad girl or whatever, and now you're going to be like, you know what? I really want to try dating someone who's like super nice. I really want to try dating someone who, you know, just different. Maybe you are always dating introverts and you want to date an extrovert, or maybe you're always dating extroverts and you want to start dating introverts, but somehow, again, I'm sure you guys get the idea. You're changing up your natural patterns. You're changing up your natural, the people that you're attracted to. That is totally changing up with that 6th house of routine over there. And again, with the 7th house, 6th house and 7th house together, we're changing up those different things. 7th house of partners. I really feel like September for you guys is going to be really focused around love. I feel like you guys are going to be really trying to, you know, search for somebody new, or if you guys are staying in a relationship, you're definitely at least changing up your routines together. You're changing up the way you guys connect, the things that you guys do together. So this could also be that, you know, maybe you're always dating people that want to stay inside all day, and then, you know, maybe with your current partner, you're going to start to decide, like, we want to start getting out. We want to start getting out and about, you know. Somehow the routine is absolutely changing up, and the routine needs to change up in the month of September. So it looks like you guys are welcoming in new ideas, new plans, new things to do. And then that 7th house of partners, you know, if you guys are single, you're definitely, like I said, changing up your regular type. And then over here we have Leo, I will. So, you know, this is really about being in the spotlight. I feel like you guys are going to be really interested in, you know, getting out. You're going to be interested in doing things. You're going to be really interested in, you know, trying those new things and like trying out other flavors. I feel like you guys are constantly always going for the same sort of like person, and that's I think why you keep getting these same cycles and same routines, is you're always going for the baddie, or you're always going for the introvert or something along the lines of that. And you're finally going to be, again, changing those things up. And that Leo, I definitely feel like you guys want to be out there. You guys want to make yourself available. You guys want to have more fun. Leo's all about having fun. It rules the 5th house of children and having fun and excitement and creativity. I feel like you guys are just going to go through a time of like ultimate creativity. And it's just really, it's going to be exciting. And I do see a lot of potential for falling in love, especially, you know, we have that 7th house. We have new love. We have falling in love. There's so many things that reiterate here that there's a high possibility of falling in love. Then we also have our last 3 cards. We have play, which connects to Leo a lot. I feel like you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. I feel like there's gonna be, you know, different people that you're able to talk to. Even if you guys are in a relationship, I finally feel like you guys are gonna be like, you know what, let's have some fun together. Let's not just sit inside and watch Netflix like every other night of the week. Let's go on a hike. Let's go on a drive. Let's go to a restaurant. Let's go do something. I feel like you guys are finally going to be, you know, wanting to break free of your regular shells and regular routines of that 6th house. And then we also have withdraw. So with this card, I do feel like, again, you guys are ending those cycles. Whenever we have this withdraw card, I feel like this is reflecting on, you know, why did my old relationships always end up this way? What is my current cycle that I always do that puts me in the same place? Withdraw, I feel like you guys are really going to be, you know, aside from constantly getting out on the town, I feel like you guys are really doing some inner work, some inner self-reflection on your life and how to really stop these patterns from happening. And then so our last card that we have over here, we have Get Curious. This card's very fun. Again, I feel like you guys are going to be really just broadening your perspectives. Get curious is, again, exactly like I was saying, new cultures of people, experiencing new, a different type, getting curious about different things that you can do in your day, starting to want to change up your current routines and getting yourself, active and doing more things in your day and having more fun and that kind of stuff. So that's what I see for you guys. Pile number 1 for your September of 2020 monthly love predictions. That's what I see for you guys during the month of September. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! All right, so group number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your September for the year of 2020 love prediction. So let's hop right into it. Whew. All right, so pile number 2, these are all major arcana cards. How rare is that? I don't know if you guys have the answer to how rare that is, but I'll tell you, it is very rare to have all major arcana cards in one pile. So I will say the month of September for your guys' love lives is going to be a huge shift. So whether you realize it or not, a lot of the times when we go through a shift, we don't even realize that we're going through it in the moment. But when we look back on that period of our lives, we realize that, we did make a major shift. There was some sort of major decision that was made that ended up really shifting us in a new direction. And so these major arcana cards, this is like a very destined, sort of fated kind of time for you guys. And these are all very positive cards that we have here. I know death comes up and a lot of people look at that and they're like, oh, that's not good. I promise you guys, death is one of the best cards in the deck. It's at least one of my favorites in the deck because it depicts a lot of change coming about. And when it's upright, or even when it's reversed, either way, change is always good. It's always good, especially near the Chariot. Like if with the Chariot next to it, this is some very positive change. You guys are really changing up your direction in your guys' love lives. You guys are heading in a whole new direction. And it's really interesting because pile number 1 had kind of a similar sort of vibe with, changing up directions and making some major shifts. You guys have like a very major kind of energy happening right here with all these major arcana cards happening. So this is some extra level shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that in a YouTube reading, so I might bleep that word out. Anyway, with this death card over here, you guys are going through definitely a huge change in the month of September in your love life. This could be that, a certain old relationship or someone that we're dating, we end up deciding not to really pursue that anymore, but somehow we're changing up something about our love life. It could be that you guys are maybe even moving and that's going to change up your love life a little bit, or there's something, there's some sort of transition that you guys are making that is going to change up your love life. And this is like a major transition. Either you guys are switching up, the direction that you're going in your love life, or you're switching up. Somehow you're making some big decisions in the month of September. And I don't think you guys actually realize how big these decisions are, but we do have a couple cards here that indicate moving. So I'm not sure if you guys are going through some sort of transition where you guys are either moving or changing up something in your career, or just making some sort of big step in your love life. This can also be like when we start getting married or, engaged, or we go to the next level of our relationships. So this can indicate, honestly, all sorts of different things, but somehow there's a big, massive change happening. So maybe you guys are getting married around the month of September. Maybe you guys are making some big decisions and big transitions in the month of September, but somehow you guys are, there's some big things happening. For some of you guys, this is definitely like your relationship is taking the next step in the month of September. And for some of you guys, if you guys are single, this is just, there's some sort of big kind of change up that's going to be happening for you guys in the month of September. So it's very exciting. Definitely seeing some big moves. If you guys are in a relationship, I see some sort of like big decisions being made, like I was saying. And the High Priestess over here, I feel like you guys know intuitively about this decision. You guys, I feel like you almost feel it coming. You felt this coming for a while. So, maybe you guys are getting married and you guys have been planning it for a while and you already know all of these things, That could definitely be the case for some of you guys. But yeah, if you guys are single, what I'm really seeing here is that, you guys are all of a sudden going to be taking a new direction in your love life. And I feel like you guys are finally like kind of letting something go in the past. There's somehow letting go, moving to a new area, moving to a new place, either energetically or mentally or physically. And then we also do have this High Priestess over here. There's some horns beeping on the street outside right now. I'm just going to continue anyway. So this High Priestess over here, this comes with like, there's a little bit of a surprise. Whenever I see High Priestess, there's a lot of layers in this card, but for some reason in this particular reading, I'm really hearing the word surprise. High Priestess can indicate that, you know, some things are like kept secret, you know, sometimes we keep hush hush for a little bit because there's some big things in the works, that there's some big plans in the works or something like that. But I do feel like there's somehow some sort of surprise for you guys in the month of September with the High Priestess card. And so just keep on the lookout for that. So I think in your love life, if you guys are in a relationship, I think your lover is gonna surprise you in some sort of way during the month of September. Some sort of new exciting news is gonna come up for you guys in the month of September. If you guys are single though, I see like once you guys make this new transition to like let go of an old thing, I feel like something much better is waiting beyond. And I feel like this is that one of those like transition type of periods. And so basically, as you guys kind of let go of something in your past, I feel like you make room for something new that's kind of been waiting to kind of come into your life. And I feel like it's been waiting on the sidelines for a little while. So if you guys are single and you're letting go of something and you're heading in a new direction, deciding to just, you know, let go, wow, are you guys going to run into something beautiful. I feel like something brand new is going to begin to blossom. And it's finally going to be able to make its way into your life because you're letting go of the old, you're letting go of the past, you're letting go of old things. And so everyone's getting a surprise in the month of September who chose this pile, whether you're single or not. So, and with this Temperance to end us off, if you guys are in a relationship, this Temperance is definitely like, we are beginning kind of a new journey. We are taking two things. The Temperance can, especially this one's reminding me of marriage because you're taking two separate things and blending them together. And so that can really indicate marriage a lot of the time. So I do see for some of you guys, if you've been in a very long-term relationship or something like that, I do see you guys somehow taking it to the next level. Maybe you guys are moving in together, maybe you're getting engaged, maybe you're getting married, something like that. If you guys are single, I definitely see that you are welcoming in something new. And you're going to be welcoming in kind of a relationship that you never really considered for yourself before. You didn't really think was possible for yourself. So as you let go of the past, my single friends, as you let go of the past, I do feel like, again, you're welcoming in something brand new, something that's never been, I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but it's just, I feel like there's more to tap into in this energy. And I'm trying to kind of feel to the bottom of it. But I feel like there's a brand new thing, and it's a type of experience, a type of relationship that you've never really experienced before, like I was saying. And this is like, wow, it's like you were so tied. If you guys are single, it feels like you guys were tied to an old relationship or thinking like, you know, should I go back to that or should I just let it go? And I feel like you guys are finally going to make the decision to let it go. And you're going to be so pleasantly surprised. I feel like someone might be coming in pretty soon thereon after. And this person is, they're going to have such a beautiful, big impact on your life. In fact, this is a very like soulmate type of interaction. This is a very like beautiful, meant to be. I think they're really going to change up your world and realize that you deserve so much more than what you ever thought that you could deserve. And I feel like whoever is listening to this reading, whether you guys are in a relationship or not, you're going to really realize the beauty behind this. There's such beauty behind this. Wow. Getting a lot of really good feelings from this pile, you guys. This is beautiful. All right, so the next two cards that we have over here, we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Ooh, and then we have let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So don't try to force this change. Go along with the flow of it. I do feel like you guys are all going through this change. Don't try to control it. Don't try to just allow it to be what it is. And I think it's going to be one of the most beautiful things. This angel over here reminds me of the Temperance because Temperance is an angel as well. I think it's the Archangel Gabriel that's in the Temperance card. And this kind of just reminding me of that sort of feeling. So allow the situation to just be guided. This is a very like high energy situation. This is a very big decision type of situation. So it might be a little bit big or a little bit hectic at first, but I really feel like you guys should just let go and allow it to just be what it is. Allow it to unfold naturally, just as the card says. And then this romantic feelings card, your feelings are real and worth exploring. So I do feel like, you know, there's romantic feelings are gonna be quite high in the month of September for you guys. I really feel like you're welcoming in this new energy. I really feel like you guys are taking big steps in your love life, things like that. And I feel like, definitely that romance is gonna be pretty high in the month of September. Woo. Our next 3 cards that we have over here, we have Adrift, letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. This is exactly like our let go of control issues card. So a good spiritual advice for the month of September for you guys is to just let go. There's going to be a lot of shifts happening. There's going to be a lot of big decisions to be made. Allow it to just unfold naturally. Don't feel like you need to make quick decisions right away. Just allow it to be what it is and feel into it, and let the universe just guide you into it. Let go of the control. Allow things to just unfold and just go with the flow of them, because I think that's going to be very helpful for you guys in the month of September. And we also have visions, psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing and out of body travel. So this is definitely like, I feel like intuition's going to be high. I feel like you're going to need to really listen to your gut in the month of September and just kind of go with the flow of everything. Because I do feel like it might be, there's so many major things that are happening in the month of September for you guys that I feel like you're really just gonna have to kind of let go and allow your intuition and your gut to guide you into the right direction. I feel like no matter what, you guys are ending up in the right direction, so you have nothing to worry about, but just let go of that control. Don't try to control it. Just allow yourself to make those shifts and make those changes. And if the change gets forced upon you, allow it to just be what it is, because I feel like there's a very big purpose behind it. So if you guys end up, you know, drastically going through a big breakup in the month of September, go with it. Go with the flow of it, because I feel like it's really taking you to paradise over here. This is genuinely like paradise over here. If you guys get an unexpected job change or like move change, things like that, go with the flow of it. I feel like it's really leading you to where you're supposed to be, especially in terms of your love life. If you guys, you know, are taking a huge big next step in your relationship and you're moving in together, or other big decisions that you guys are making together, go along with the flow of it. It's leading you again to paradise. Then we also have Song of the Siren, the call, summoning voice to acknowledge. So just listen to your inner knowing, listen to those signs. I feel like you guys are going to get a lot of very clear signs from the universe when we have Song of the Siren. I really feel like if you just listen, I feel like you're really going to be guided about where to go and how to make these decisions and how to make the most of them. So I do really, really see a lot of guidance for you guys. I don't think you have anything to worry about in the month of September. It looks all good. I know things are going to be quite unexpected, but it looks like it's all good things. So that's very exciting. The next 3 cards that we have over here, we have the Moon, we have the first house, and we have Taurus. So if the Moon was in Taurus in the first house, what does all of that mean? So with the Moon of Soul, this is really connecting to our emotions, our deep emotions. Where is your soul guiding you to go? I feel like intuition, again, is going to be a very important thing to listen to. It's going to be a highly psychic time. I feel like you guys might get visions about your future, glimpses about your future. There's a lot of deja vu probably that's going to happen in the month of September that you guys really need to pay attention to. That's going to be those big signs that are telling you where to go, because again, it's going to be a very major time. There's major shifts happening, and so definitely listen to your intuition, listen to your dreams as well. This is all about your dreams and letting go of the control of that. And then, where should I put these cards? I'm gonna put them over here. So then our next card that we have first house, the body. And so the first house, this is all about, again, feeling your body, feeling your gut intuition. Aries is also one, Aries is the ruler of the first house, by the way, if you guys don't know. Aries is, they make really quick decisions. They run into things usually without thinking. And so this is definitely like, listen to your first gut instinct and act on your first gut instinct, and just, you know, allow it to be what it is and allow it to take you where you need to go. And I feel like that's where you should be going right now, is like making those decisions based on what does your gut instantly tell you when you think about it. Where is that kind of going? Where's your intuition telling you? And then Taurus of this is very, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the ruler of love, as we know. So I do feel like, again, love is like very high. I do feel like you need to find where you feel the most comfortable as well. Taurus is all about comfort, right? In Taurus and the Ram, they're very like, one of them acts quickly and one of them kind of doesn't. So I feel like there might be a conflicting emotion as well. This is kind of where there could be a sense where we enjoy usually kind of thinking things through. We enjoy knowing what the outcome's going to be, but I feel like September is going to be one of those months where we have to kind of let go of the control, and we have to just jump into it without maybe knowing the full outcome of where we're going. So this is kind of one of those situations that ends up being out of our normal comfort zones, but it's really leading us to where we need to be. And I feel like internally you guys are going to feel that. It's going to kind of feel okay, because internally you will just feel like that is what you're supposed to do. That is where you're supposed to be going right now. So yeah, it ends up all being kind of Gucci. All right, so our last 3 cards that we have the Outlaw, we have Sacred Destruction, and we have Get Creative. Ooh, so the Outlaw, again, things are changing up. You guys are getting the boot in some sort of way out of your old life and into the new. Then we have that Sacred Destruction. Oh my God, that fits in so well, you guys. This is literally like, things are going to be falling apart in your life in the beginning, but in the best way possible. And it's only in the way, it's not necessarily like they're falling apart. It's just like you guys are being forced to leave your current comfort zones. You guys are being forced to make big changes and big decisions. And so things are absolutely changing up for you guys, but it is in a sacred way. Every time we have Sacred Destruction, this is done for the highest good and the highest purposes. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's actually one of the biggest blessings you can ever get. And then we have Get Creative. This is a gift coming down from the universe. Again, we have this bird that's carrying this flower almost. And I really feel, whenever I look at this card, I really see gifts coming in. I see gifts pouring in fact. And so follow along that creativity, follow along what your gut instincts are telling you, because trust me, they're going to be really high this month. You're going to be getting a lot of like deja vu, a lot of like intuitive hits, a lot of major gut feelings about some big decisions that you guys are going to be making in the month of September. So definitely be on the lookout for those, listen to them, because they're going to be very powerful and very important. Okay, pile number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Alrighty, so pile number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about your love life in September for the year of 2020. So let's hop right into it. All right, so pile number 3, you guys picked Danburite, which is very interesting because there's a vibe happening over here. Let me tell you guys, we have the 4 of Cups being reversed, then we have the Magician being reversed, then we have the Page of Wands upright, then we have the Ace of Wands being reversed. So there's lots of kind of a little bit of a conflicting energy happening over here, and it's interesting that you guys picked the Danburite. Usually I don't really talk about the crystals that you guys pick along with them, but in this particular situation, I feel very called to talk about this Danburite, because Danburite is a stone that helps with transitions, okay? And so I feel like for you guys who specifically chose this pile, there's a transition that you guys are unaware that you probably need to make. Some of you guys might be aware of it, but I feel like there's a good portion of you that are unaware that you actually need to make this transition. So starting off over here, we have this 4 of Cups being reversed. So there is something that you guys are just on the verge of getting or understanding. And maybe you guys have, some of you guys, depending on how far you are into your own timeline, I guess, if you guys know about timelines, will depend on whether or not this has already happened for you guys. So this 4 of Cups over here, when it's reversed, it's actually very good. So 4 of Cups upright, not so good. 4 of Cups reversed is actually a great card, one of my favorites actually to even come up. So this card is finally when we recognize that there's been an opportunity waiting for us the whole time outside. And I feel like you guys are finally understanding that focusing too much and trying to control the outcome of something isn't really working for you guys. I feel like what you guys are noticing is that I feel like you guys have been trying to manifest something, because we have this Magician over here, but I feel like you guys, particularly in your love life, have been trying to manifest a particular outcome or a particular person, and I feel like it's kind of working and it's kind of not working, and it's a little bit confusing. It feels like a jumbled sort of energy, and I feel like you guys have been really kind of focused on one person, and it's there and it's not there, if that makes sense. And this Four of Cups, I feel like in the month of September, you guys are finally going to be realizing that the more you focus on something that's clearly not working, you're putting your energy towards the cups that are tipped over. This card is literally the best example or way that I can explain this card is that you guys keep trying to put water inside of cups that are tipped over, and you guys are just there with like a spoon being like, keep the water in there, come on. Like, it's literally like trying to fill an empty cup, but the cup is literally on its side and the water just keeps pouring back out of it. You know what I mean? You guys need to focus on cups that are already upright. Those are the only cups that are going to hold water, is if you have cups that are upright. But you guys keep focusing on a situation where the other receptive energy isn't on the same page. And so you're trying to fill this cup from the wrong angle. And that's why it hasn't been working out. So I definitely feel like that's kind of probably a thing that you guys have been going through when I kind of see this pile happening over here. And again, it just feels like you guys are trying to manifest something, but it doesn't seem like it's really working out in the greatest way. We do have the Page of Wands over here, so I do feel like there's a sort of inspiration that I feel like you guys are going to get in the month of September. And I feel like this inspiration is kind of like, you know what, I think I'm kind of ready to move on to something new, but I feel like it's hard to leave it behind because you guys were kind of attached to this sort of like outcome or this specific person. And so it's kind of hard to let go of it because, again, we do have this Ace of Wands being reversed. And so this is kind of like, you know, you still have this sort of attachment. You still have this like inspiration, this creativity that you wish you could spend on making this sort of thing happen. But you're realizing it's not paying off in the way that you would like. Although I feel like you see the potential of it. And so you keep trying to revive it, but it's just not happening because the other thing isn't putting in the enough energy as well. And so I feel like that's going to be one of your biggest realizations in September, is that it's just not, it's not going where you want it to go. And so it's really time to let go. It's time to let go. That is the message for you guys, for your love lives in September, is that it's time to let go and find a new inspiration. Page of Wands is all about finding that new inspiration. Ace of Wands is all about that as well. But since it's upside down, it almost feels like you guys don't want to let it go because you're like, I've already invested so much time into this one. Why can't this one just work? But it's really time to let go and focus on something new. And Danburite, again, is that crystal. This Danburite over here is the crystal of helping you through those transitions. So this is really letting you know that it's time to make those transitions. It's time to let go and move forward into a new future. Make a new future. Stop trying to make an old one work that clearly doesn't have batteries in it anymore. The next two cards that we have over here, we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. That reiterates exactly what we're talking about over here. It just feels like someone else isn't quite on the same page, and it feels like you guys are almost beating the dead horse. Okay, it's not awakening. It's not happening. And then we have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I feel like you guys have been getting signs for a while. I feel like you guys have been noticing the signs, but you guys have been ignoring the signs. And you're like, oh, but maybe if I try again, or maybe if I try in this way, maybe if I try in that way. The Magician is one that's like, maybe if I use my wand this time, or maybe if I use the pentacle this time, or maybe if I use the sword this time, or maybe if I use the cup this time, like maybe if I use all these different angles, maybe I can somehow fill the empty cup that's laying over on its side. But it's like, no, it doesn't matter what tool you use. Whatever this thing is, the energy isn't there. Pay attention to the red flags. There's not enough attraction. It's not saying that there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep it going. There could be a ton of other factors about why this isn't working out. It could just be that it's just not meant to be and that there's something much better for you. Because I will say, anytime something doesn't work out, anytime, I don't care what time it is, anytime that something does not work out for you, it is absolutely because there is something that matches you better. There is something that fits you better. It's like trying to take two magnets that don't actually attract, or one that's just not very strong at least, and trying to put them together and being like, oh, but I want these two to be together. And it's like, if you went to the magnet shop and you got a different magnet, one that actually matches your magnet, the attraction and everything would be so strong that it would just, and it would be like so hard to even take it apart. It would be hard for it to just not work out, if that makes sense. The hard part would be to make it not work out. If it was meant to be, it just would, and it would be difficult to make it not work out. So anytime that something is not meant to be, it's hard to make it work. It's very difficult. It takes a lot of energy and it ends up just not working out in the end anyway. Again, you cannot make two magnets work together no matter how badly you want them to if they're not the right polarity, if they're not the right match. So anytime something does not work out for you, it is absolutely because there is a better match. We just need to go back to the magnet shop, you guys. So the next few cards that we have over here for you guys, let's see what we got. We have experiments, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, or arrogance. So I really feel like you guys have been experimenting with your love life in a way where this is almost letting me know that, you know, with the Magician here, this is very much like the Magician being reversed. This is kind of like really trying and forcing something to happen that's just not happening. And you guys are like clinging to a certain outcome. You're clinging to a specific person or specific idea, but it's not the best option for you. And that's why it's not working out, is because it's not the actual best match for you. There's something that's better. And you guys might be thinking, while listening to this, you might be like, but I do feel like it's a good match. I have all these reasons why it's a good match. I could tell you a list of reasons why it's a great match to put this magnet and this magnet together. There's probably a ton of reasons why they're good, and there's a slight, you know, attraction there. So it can be a good match, but there is absolutely something that's better, and that's why it's not working out fully for you guys. It's because there's something better, but you just haven't yet experienced the better thing, and that's why this current thing feels like the best thing out there. It feels like the best thing because you haven't yet experienced what a better thing feels like. I hope that makes sense. So stop experimenting with the old things and forcing it to be a certain way. Stop forcing a certain outcome. It's time to really let that go. Then we have time and tide. We have to wait for the right time. We have to wait till the tide is right. You know, you can go into these beautiful like ocean caves when the tide is right and the tide is down. We have these, like, for example, where I live, the city that I live in, there is these beautiful like pools that you can go to, I guess, or like caves and things like that too. But you can't go to them when the tide isn't right. You know what I mean? You can't go there. So there's a thing called divine timing in our universe. And sometimes we're forcing things to happen at the wrong time. And they don't turn out very well. And we wonder why they didn't turn out well. It's because it wasn't yet the right time. And so this is all about waiting for the right moment. If you just listen to the universe will guide you to that right moment, okay? And then we do also have soul cage, rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. So I feel like you guys, the universe is urging you to escape from the cage that you put yourself in. I feel like the universe is trying to let you know that you've currently boxed yourself, because you're basically telling yourself that this person or this situation is the best situation for you, because in the moment, in your current experience, it's been the best thing that you've maybe experienced thus far. But you've caged yourself because you said that this is the best it'll ever get, so I need to cling on to it. No. The universe right now, especially with these cards coming up, is letting you know that you have just put yourself in a box. There is something that is so much better out there, but just because of the fact that this is currently the best experience that you've had, you're basically saying that that's the threshold now, but that's not. Once you unbox yourself, once you let this go, and you let go of forcing it, and you just say, you know what, I do deserve something better. There is something better out there. Because if this was meant to be, it would be easy. If it was the best thing, this person would want you back just as much, right? Wouldn't that be the best thing? That the best person would also want you back in the same way and look at you in the same way. Like, wouldn't that be even better? There is something better out there. There's something that matches you so much better. I promise you guys. I promise. Our next three cards that we have over here, we have Saturn of Truth, we have Aries, I am, and we have 10th house, the world. Woo! So with Saturn, Truth over here, there's some harsh kind of things that you guys are, well, not harsh, I don't want to say harsh, I hate using that word. A lot of people look at Saturn as a malefic planet, and so it can come with harsher lessons, but it doesn't have to be that way. It really just depends on your own perspective and how you enter it and how you perceive it and how you go along with the flow of it. But I will say Saturn is one of those planets that it does come with lessons. It does come with, it's kind of breaking free from that cage, because Saturn rules like jails and cages and things like that. And so I feel like this card is coming up to let you know that yes, you've put yourself in a restrictive thing by saying that this is the one thing that must have to work out in order for me to be happy. But it doesn't have to be that way. And Saturn comes around to make us aware of our actions and our current thinking patterns and the current restrictions that we have on ourselves. So Saturn's going to make you really aware of that, I think, in the month of September. And it doesn't have to be a bad experience. I've had a lot of great experiences with Saturn, in fact. So it can actually come in a very positive way, where you guys realize, and you liberate yourself from this cage, and you realize that, ooh, you know what? I don't know why I boxed myself into this cage thinking that this was the only person for me. There is a whole world of people out there that are potentials for you. So Saturn's coming in to let you know that there is much better things out there. It's time to break free from that cage. Aries, I am. So this is kind of like coming to truth with who are you and what do you deserve, gaining that confidence back, really defining yourself. This is a time of focusing on yourself. I feel like Saturn's really coming in with that harsh truth of being like, you need to focus on you for a little bit, and you need to realize your worth, so that you're not clinging on to things that don't treat you as good as you're meant to be treated, and that you deserve to be treated. Okay, so you deserve the world, you guys. You really do. We all deserve the world, but we need to find out which world actually matches us, so that we know, we are compatible with the other worlds. Okay, so then we have 10th house of the world. This is ruled by Capricorn. This is like, Capricorn doesn't settle for less than what they deserve. Okay, so take it from the lessons of Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, by the way, that says, you know what, I'm going to keep climbing until I get the best of the best of the best of the best. And it's not like taking constantly feeling that even if you do get something good, that you need to always strive for something better. You can grow into something better with somebody, but I feel like really what the cards are kind of saying right now is like, whatever you're currently attached to there's something that is actually better for you out there. Okay? The next few cards that we have Ascension, we have Trust, and we have the Weaver. So Ascension, this is very interesting. We need to heighten your standards, you guys. Pile number 3, you guys, this is all about taking your standards to the next level. I feel like you guys, you have certain standards of maybe like, ooh, I want someone who is like this and someone who's like this. Why don't you guys also put in your standards that they also need to love you back with the same intensity that you love them? Put that on your list too, you guys. I feel like that's something that you guys need to put on your lists. So this Ascension, you deserve better. Start asking for better. Start realizing your worth. Ascend to the next level and realize that you deserve more. And then we have Trust over here. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust that the universe has something better to offer. You need to trust that you have a better match out there. Look at this mothy butterfly over here. He has a perfect match, but there's this crystal in his way, and he doesn't see that there's a perfect match out there. But you need to trust that you guys do have that, okay? You need to trust that you also will find that, and that you are connected to that, and that will come into your existence and into your life experience, because it absolutely will. This is all about letting go and trusting. September for you guys is all going to be about letting go of the old and realizing that it's time to trust that there is better things out there for you, and it's time to weave that destiny. So Weaver, it's time to finally manifest. It's time to finally decide, like, you know what? I want something better. And then deciding like, yep, I'm actually going to start going for that. I'm actually going to start weaving that destiny rather than constantly weaving something that's already broken, something that's already unfulfilling. It's time to let that go and weave your beautiful, perfect destiny. Okay, you guys? So that is what I see for you guys. Pile number 3, it's time to let go of the old, move into the new, and trust the universe. It's time to break free of that cage that you put yourself in, all right? And open up to the world that is out there, the world of experiences that are in front of you, the world of things that match you so much better. There's so much potential in the world. There's so many people in the world. How many people have you met in the world compared to how many people that there are? Okay, let's just put that out there. There is so much potential that is out there. All right, you guys. So that is what I see for you guys. Pile number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Whew, pile number 4. If you guys choose this pile, this is going to be your September love prediction for the year of 2020. So without further ado, we'll hop right into it. All right, so pile number 4. Here's what we have for you guys. We have the 9 of Swords right here, and then we have the King of Cups, then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords are reversed, and the 9 of Swords is also reversed over here. So let's talk about what all of this is indicating for your guys' love lives. All right, so when we start off with the 9 of Swords being reversed, this is a card that is much better reversed than upright. And the 9 of Swords indicates that we probably just went through a time of there was something that was worrying us, something that was bothering us. It could even be anxieties or maybe even fears, irrational fears that maybe do not have anything to really back it up yet, or they don't have any physical existence yet, because the Swords is always things that are in our minds rather than things that are actually physical yet. So this is worries about our future, or worries about something going on behind our backs, or worries about, you know, just the future and where that might be unfolding. And so you guys might have been having that. I do see that kind of going away in the month of September. I do see that kind of alleviating during the month of September, but there is going to be a time where I do feel like it might start out being a little bit rocky like that, being a little bit, you know, worries about the future, things like that. I really feel that clearing up though, very early on in the month of September. I feel like that goes away really quickly. The next card that we have is the King of Cups being upright. So I really feel like you guys are going to get a hold on your emotions very well with this King of Cups. I feel like this is you, especially since it comes right after this 9 of Swords being reversed. I feel like you guys are finally like reaching a place of emotional security and emotional fulfillment. You're finally realizing, what do I need to make myself happy? How do I fill up my own cup first? What really makes me happy, and how can I incorporate these things in my day? Maybe you guys take up meditation or something that really alleviates your stress, something that really alleviates your anxieties. And I feel like you guys are finally stepping up to a plate of realizing, you know what, I just have to focus on me, gotta fill up my cup, got to make myself happy, and I have to reach that emotional stability. So I really feel like the beginning of the month of September is really focusing on you and getting yourself into a very secure emotional place. Although I do feel like there's something that's still kind of coming up over here. This is like, when we're talking about love life and the Ace of Pentacles is reversed, this feels like we might not have, we feel insecure about the solidity of our love lives. We feel unstable because we feel like we haven't yet, maybe you guys are worried because someone hasn't fully committed to you yet, or you're worried because maybe you guys are going through a rough patch in a relationship, and it maybe feels like things are a little bit up in the air, especially because we have Ace of Swords next. Like, this is literally, if I could attach a phrase to the Ace of Swords, it would be up in the air, especially when it's reversed. Whenever the Ace of Swords is reversed, it's like up in the air. So there's some sort of situation that's making you feel like you don't have a solid foundation. I feel like this is what's kind of maybe causing a little bit of that stress and anxiety that might keep you up at night, because you're wondering, like, where is my future going? How is this unfolding? I don't really know. I can't see the outcome yet. So it's always a little bit stressful, you know, going through things like that. So I do feel like the month of September is really going to be you focusing on how to get your stability back, whether or not you feel that from a place outside of you. Anytime we search for stability outside of ourselves, we can always get disappointed because we're putting the power of security and attaching it to something that is outside of us. And we cannot control the things that are outside of us, ever. That everyone has free will, right? So anytime you attach your security onto a relationship, for example, that relationship might not be permanent. I mean, most relationships that we enter, I don't think, it really just depends. It depends on what you're attracting. They can be super stable or they might not be very stable. But anytime, basically what I'm trying to say is anytime that you would attach your own values and your own, feelings of security, feelings of safety, feelings of commitment, anytime you put that outside of yourself, it'll always be stressful because you'll always be worrying about, are they going to make a different decision? And that's out of your control. So that's when we get anxiety. That's when we get feelings of fear, feelings of worrying about our future. Because again, we're not in control of that. So this is about really taking your power back. And I feel like the month of September is about realizing that you need to feel, and you need to make yourself feel so secure. You need to make yourself feel so sure of yourself to the point where you're not seeking that emotion from a relationship. You're not seeking that feeling and that validation from a relationship. You need to feel that on your own. Otherwise, you're always going to be worried about what decision another person is going to make. You're setting yourself up for stress if you do that. So I feel like during the month of September, this is really about realizing that you need to bring all of that security and that validation and find it in yourself first and make it in yourself first. And then you won't ever have worries in relationships about whether or not that they're going to work out or not. You can just fully enjoy a relationship without clinging on to the idea that it has to work out. Otherwise, we don't feel like we have security. So hopefully that's making sense so far, but I feel like that's going to be one of the biggest kind of like realizations that you guys come across in the month of September, and you're really going to realize that it's time for you to step up to the plate of filling up your own cup. Your own cup is your own responsibility, and you'll never have stress if you're the one that's filling up your cup. But if you rely on somebody else to fill up your cup for you, again, they can make their own decisions at the end of the day, and we're constantly going to be worried about whether or not our cup's going to be filled because we're relying on somebody else to do the job for us. So hopefully that's making sense. And relationships, I will say, become so much more enjoyable once we just fill up our own cup for ourselves and we feel totally emotionally fulfilled in all aspects. And then we just have a relationship in order to enjoy the good feelings of love, of sharing time with another person. We can then begin to just enjoy those things without any attachment or fear or need for validation. So hopefully that's still making sense. Again, I feel like that's one of the biggest things that you guys are going to be realizing is kind of letting go of the need for a relationship in order to feel good. You guys are going to start letting go of those types of things. And anytime that you let go of that, I will say love begins to pour in because people are attracted to confidence and attracted to people that do not need another person. It's a very attractive quality to have. It's very intriguing. So it actually ends up making you more attractive at the end of the day. So our next few cards that we have over here, we have you deserve love. You are lovable. So I really feel like this is, I feel like as you guys gain this confidence, I feel like it's going to pour out into the other aspects of your life. As we can see here, she's holding a bow and arrow and she's like she's ready for love. She's ready to go after love. And not because she needs it, but just because, she's like, I want it. And I also feel like someone's going to be setting their eyes on you as well. Ooh, especially as you guys begin to kind of fill up your own cup. And once you guys feel fulfilled, our next card, we have engagement. We have your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. I feel like you're going to have people that really actually want to commit to you because you're no longer seeking stability from another. Because people can feel that energetically. Anytime you try to, seek some type of fulfillment or some type of validation from another person, energetically, you're basically saying that you must provide this for me. And that ends up feeling it can feel clingy. It can feel needy. It can feel like they have to do something. It feels like responsibility. And whenever we have the feeling of responsibility, it kind of dampens the feeling of fun, loving energy, if that makes sense. So I feel like as you begin to fill up your own cup, I feel like it becomes a very attractive quality to other people. And I feel like, you know, you're really going to get stability because of it, because you already feel that stability. All of a sudden, someone else doesn't have to provide it for you, and it feels a lot more freeing. And people are going to want to commit to you because it feels freeing to be around you. So, definitely some big shifts, some big changes happening for you guys. Pile number 4. Our next few cards that we have the magic of the Kohelen Druid. Caution, secrecy, wary. So this is very this is like, actually, I've never even had this card come, I haven't even seen this card in the deck before, which is very interesting. But this is very, I feel like this is a time, during September, you guys will kind of be pulling back a little bit in order to, again, fill up your own cup. And this is almost like, I feel like you guys aren't fully expressing your wants and needs. And I feel like that might be another reason why somehow something's not being receptive or received on the other end of a relationship, or on the other end of, you know, people that you might be interested in and things like that. I feel like people are going to, I feel like you're being a little bit hidden with your feelings about your worries. You're not being vocal about the things that you're worried about. And I feel like during the month of September, you're going to be doing a lot of inner work in order to fill up your own cup. In order to do that, which is not bad. Filling up your own cup, that's a good thing. That's great, especially if you're doing it on your own and you're not seeking it from other people. That can be a very powerful thing. So I do feel like you're going to be working with a lot of sort of like the magic of the universe to help guide you towards kind of freeing yourself in that way, kind of setting a new foundation for yourself. Then we also do have the unseen. Too much is hidden from you. And we also have this secrecy and caution kind of thing happening over here. So if you guys are in a relationship, there might be something that you're worried about, because maybe you're worried that someone else isn't speaking their full truth with you. And maybe you're worried that you're not seeing the full picture of something. And so it's causing you to have certain worries and certain, just certain worries are kind of coming up. And then we also do have the card of sacrifice. There are those worth making. There are those that will destroy you. So this card isn't actually a bad card, although it kind of sounds like it is. But this card is actually like, okay, well, what kind of truths do you want, and what does it take in order to learn those truths, and what do you deserve at the end of the day? So I feel like the month of September is really all about letting go. This sacrifice, I feel like, is more like letting go of your need for validation and finding that within yourself. Although I feel like it's going to take you a moment to kind of see it within yourself. I feel like currently you don't see how you can feel secure on your own. You don't see how you could feel committed on your own. But I feel like you guys will finally be on that journey and on that path in the month of September, but it's kind of like an unknown realm, because we're entering something new. We're kind of realizing these new things, and how do we implement them? How do we do them? How do we make these sort of things happen? But again, I think as you make them, I feel like the level of commitment that you're going to be getting from people that are around you is so much deeper, if that makes sense. And then our next few cards that we have over here, we have endings and beginnings with the 8th house over here. This is ruled by Scorpio. And then we also have Sagittarius. I see this is, I was going to say this is ruled by Jupiter, but that doesn't really matter in this case. And then we also have Mars of Force, which is also ruled by Scorpio and also by Aries. So a lot of Scorpio energy. Scorpio actually rules all of the unseen. So I feel like you guys might be even feeling intuitively how another person feels. So there might be somebody that you're interested in. There might be somebody that you're in a relationship with, and you're feeling like the level of commitment, somehow things aren't being communicated fully. Somehow, like this is the card all about communication, is the Ace of Swords being reversed. And I feel like things aren't being communicated fully. And I feel like you guys kind of feel intuitively like there's some sort of ending and new beginning that is taking place, and you guys might be trying to control the outcome of that. But I really think in order to really get the love that you deserve, I really feel like you need to start focusing your attention elsewhere, focusing your attention on how to feel secure on your own. And I really feel like by doing this, by giving a bit of space as well. We have these cards that are like hidden and stuff like this. This is about giving space. I feel like giving space to someone is going to be very beneficial for them to then see your worth again. Because anytime you have someone or something that's taking you for granted, if you pull away, they all of a sudden see the worth behind the thing that they once had, because they don't have it anymore. So as you pull away, I feel like they begin to see that. And again, it brings up the feisty connection again. It brings up the desire again. Mars is all about desire, passion, romance, but in the more passionate kind of way. So this brings up those types of feelings again, is doing that. So I feel like as you guys kind of begin to pull away and just work on yourself and focus on you, I feel like that's going to be what helps you find balance if you fill up your own cup. And it also brings back attraction, it brings back luster, it brings back the desire for taking things to the next level and a higher level of commitment. Our last three cards that we have over here, we have the card Power, we have the card Death, and we have the Universe. So with Power over here, I feel like as you guys begin to do this again, I feel like it brings out that luster with this Mars, with this Power card. I feel like it's going to bring out power within you and power within relationship that's around you. Then we also have Death. This is endings and beginnings. I feel like there's a big transition that you guys are heading towards, but this transition I feel like is very divine, it's very purposeful, it's meant to be, it's meant to happen. And then I feel like you're gonna really have, as you guys end off an old cycle, you make room for new. And whenever we have a blank slate, it's literally like having a blank canvas, and you can start from scratch, kind of, and paint whatever that you want, whatever that you desire. But anytime you begin something that's already begunsed, you're basically painting over a canvas that already has a picture there, you know? You have less creative freedom with that. But I do feel like when we get these two cards that talk about endings, because Death always represents, it's ruled by Scorpio, it represents endings of things, you know, endings of cycles, endings of patterns, endings of certain things in our lives. It doesn't mean actual death, it just means like a new beginning, I guess. And yeah, you guys would have a blank canvas, and that's why we have the Universe as our last card, because this is literally you with the strings of the universe being like, okay, what do I want to create now? What do I want to experience in my life? And you have that blank page to paint whatever you want. You have that blank page to write whatever story that you guys want to write. And so I feel like September is kind of leading you and pushing you towards that direction. And so that is what I see for you guys. Pile number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so pile number 5, if you guys chose this pile, this is gonna be your reading all about your love life for the month of September of the year 2020. So let's hop right into it. Wow, pile number 5. This is very interesting. We have all major arcana cards. We had this, I believe, in pile number 2 as well, which is, it's intense. Let's just say it's intense, because major arcana cards, it's so rare to have just major arcana cards in one reading. This like never happens. You could watch like 10 of my videos in a row and I bet you this will heal. It's so rare that this happens, you guys. And now we've had 2 piles in the same pick a card reading that have had all major arcana cards. So I really feel like in the collective energy, let me just say, in the collective energy of the universe right now, I feel like so many of us are going through some major things in regards to our love lives and in regards to relationships, especially in the month of September, since this is for the month of September. So astrologically, we are going through some kind of major things. We have Jupiter going direct in Capricorn, and it's, you know, all conjuncting Saturn and Pluto, which are retrograde as well. So as Jupiter goes direct, this is a very positive planet, and as it begins to go direct, it kind of really creates some major transitions for us and things like that, especially being in the sign of Capricorn. So wow, you guys, it does look like September collectively for a lot of people is going to be a pretty major month. And for you guys who chose pile number 5, again, it's another one of those major months. So let's talk about what all of this means for you guys. So we have the Judgment over here. And when we start off with this card, I really feel like in your guys' love lives, you're really going to be kind of feeling maybe you feel like someone is judging you, or maybe even you feel like you have been kind of harsh on yourself lately. This can be a self-inflicted thing. It can also be something that comes out in relationships, since this is a love reading. But it does feel like whenever we have judgment, it just feels like we are kind of releasing some old things. When it's upright, judgment is actually a very good card. And the judgment is usually pretty constructive criticism, or at least we're coming to a place mentally where we're like, you know what? I'm going to use this in a positive way. I'm going to choose to come out on top of this rather than have it kind of eat away at me, especially since we also do have the devil in this reading. We do also have the star reverse, but the fact that we have the judgment and the devil kind of in the same reading over here, this kind of lets me know that maybe you guys have been in, if you guys are in a relationship, I feel like this has been a relationship where there's a lot of lessons, okay? This is a relationship that might not be the funnest relationship to be in fact, but somehow you guys are feeling kind of drawn to it at the moment, I guess. But from the looks of it, it doesn't look like the most fun-loving relationship. It kind of looks like one that's been a little bit harsh so far. If you guys are single, it looks like you guys have been quite harsh on yourselves, and so maybe you're thinking like, oh, I can't fall in love because look at how big my nose is, or, you know, look at my hands, they're not nice hands, or like, look at this other thing. I feel like you guys are being much too harsh with yourselves. Or it could be that you're judging others too much. Anytime you go on a date with somebody, you're like, oh my God, did you see that they used their fork and their knife to cut their pizza? Oh, they're crazy. I couldn't go out on a second date with them. Just kidding. But like, it does seem like there's somehow a mental thing that you guys are facing where you guys might be a little bit too harsh, either on yourselves or on others. Okay, so it's okay that somebody cuts their pizza with their fork and their knife. Okay, you guys, it's fine. It's fine. Let them be unique. Realize that sometimes these judgments can be a little bit too harsh. We're all divine light beings here. Maybe you guys are also kind of caught in a relationship that ends up not being the most fun. So it's kind of like realizing that it's really time to start balancing those scales. I feel like there's something kind of unjust happening in your love life. And again, that could be in an immediate relationship that you have, whether that be a friendship, family member, or romantic partnership. Or it could be that, you know, if you guys are single, like I was saying, that you're either too harsh on yourself and thinking that, oh, no one will love me because of this, or, you know, looking at other people and being like, oh, couldn't ever love anyone. I mean, like, always go for what you do want. If you really don't want to go out with someone who cuts their pizza with their fork and their knife, you do you, boo-boo. But it does, I'm really getting the message from the universe that there's some sort of mental block that you guys are kind of having at the moment that is, it's time to let it go. It's really time to let the harshness go away. So if the harshness is because of another person in your life, it is time to let them go. If the harshness is because of yourself, whether it's self-inflicted in a certain way or towards others, it is time to let that go. It is time to become kinder to yourself. Realize what you truly deserve. Anytime that we're stuck in a toxic relationship, it's because we're not being kind to ourselves. The only reason why we stay in a toxic relationship is because we feel like that's what we deserve. And so realize that you deserve better. You deserve better than that. You do not deserve that. If you guys are being too harsh with yourselves, and that's why you're not finding love, or that's why your love life isn't going well, learn to be kind to yourself. You are a beautiful light being, and the star is coming up here saying that you guys aren't noticing your own light. Okay? The star being reversed over here, you guys are a shining beacon, but you guys are not realizing your own light because it's clouded by your own harsh judgments of yourself. And it pushes away, it pushes down that light. It is time to reawaken your gorgeous light, you guys. It is time to unchain yourself. The devil comes up when we feel like we're chained to something. We tell ourselves that we do not deserve something because of our past, or because of the way that we are, or because of the fact that we decide to cut our pizza with our knife and our fork, and we must be awkward, and it must mean that we're unlovable. But it's not that way, you guys. You are a beautiful light being, and it's time to notice that. That's why we have the star even coming up here. Okay, you guys are a star. It is time to realize that. It is time to push these away, guys. I'm just going to push them away. It is time to realize your light. I'm literally just gonna do the reading like this. I don't think I've ever pushed cards away in a reading before, but it's really time to let go of the judgments, unchain yourself from the shackles that you are restricting yourself with. You guys are restricting yourself in a certain way. You guys are restricting yourself from experiencing what true love really is, okay? It's time to realize your own light, realize your own worth, find balance again, bring justice to a situation that needs justice, okay? Be fair, be kind, bring out that Libra energy of kindness. And then we do also have these two cards. We have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I feel like this is towards yourself, by the way. I really feel like you need to express your love towards yourself. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture towards yourself. Treat yourself in a certain way. Go run yourself a bath and take a nice spa night for yourself, you guys. Treat yourself well. Realize your own worth. Your worth is this beautiful star, you guys. Like, the fact that this is even coming up in the reading, like, Spirit, the universe wants you to know that you are a shining star. It's really time to express your love to yourself. And then it's also time to retreat. Take a self-vacation, or even make a vacation at home and just, it's time to disconnect from the world. It's time to disconnect from your old judgments of yourself. It's time to disconnect from people that tell you you are not worth it. It is time to disconnect from people that restrict you. Let go of it. It's time to retreat on your own. Bring out that light by expressing your love to yourself. Like, you know what I really like to do? I don't know why I feel like talking about this right now. I never get personal on tarot readings, but we're just going to do it, I guess. But anytime that I'm feeling down on myself, anytime that I'm feeling like I'm judging myself too much, I literally go, I turn my shower on a really hot temperature to where it's steaming. I put essential oils in it, and I do like a body mask. I do a face mask. I usually use rose essential oil during that time because rose is all about love, self-love. I have rose quartz around. And I just tell myself, like, I love myself. I fill my whole body up by just meditating on the idea of love and filling up my energy with that feeling just by feeling it. And I just sit in like a steam shower while I'm doing like a body mask and like a body ritual where I'm just really like taking care of myself. And so that's what I start to do on times where I'm going through a similar thing. And so I really just feel like expressing that to you guys that are listening to this. It's really time to, maybe you guys aren't into body masks or something like that, but there's other things that you guys can do. Whatever you guys really like to do, it is time to do that. It's time to retreat. Express your love to yourself. Give yourself time to feel good. Give yourself time to feel beautiful and feel like, give yourself the love that you deserve. And do the things that you really, really love to do. The next few cards that we have over here, we have receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to give. Oh my God, I got the best feelings when I saw this card. This little, oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna cry in this reading. I don't know why. Allow yourself to receive. As you give yourself love, realize that you deserve to receive beautiful blessings from the universe. I feel like you guys have a spirit guide around you. This could be a certain spirit of maybe a past loved one. Or just a spirit guide if you guys don't have a past loved one. But I feel like for some of you guys, this is a past loved one. But other than that, this is a spirit guide. And they're holding a little gift, a little present. So I feel like as you guys begin to retreat, as you guys just take some alone time, I feel like in the month of September, you guys are going to receive a beautiful gift. But you need to allow yourself to receive first. You cannot receive if you're in a place of judgment or you're in shackles and you're being restricted. If you do not believe that you are worth receiving, you're basically closing off that doorway. Like, if you don't believe that you can receive, who's going to have the doorway open to receiving if they don't believe that they could have it anyway? It's going to be closed, you know what I mean? So allow yourself to receive. Realize, express your love to yourself. Take the time to realize your light. You do have it. And as you realize that, I seriously feel for you guys that you are going to have a blessing coming in, like a miracle coming in. I had a miracle come to my mind, some sort of sign, and it's going to be a gift from the other side, from spirit, but it's from like a loved one, somebody who loves you very much on the other side. And that could be a spirit guide, or it could be somebody that you've actually been connected to before. And I really feel like you're going to be receiving a beautiful blessing. And it also says allow yourself to give as well. So when we have allow yourself to give, that's just, I feel like as you begin to receive, I feel like you're going to be, you're finally going to be able to feel like you have energy to be creative. And in that itself, it is giving to the universe. By being creative, you are giving to the universe by having that creativity and letting that energy come out in some sort of creative work. So then we have the crane bag, sacred ocean medicine, clutter, declutter choice. Ooh, guys, so the month of September, your love reading is about loving yourself. Sacred ocean medicine. So I really feel like you guys are getting a miracle. There's some sort of like healingness, like someone's coming to heal your heart. Somebody's coming to give the miracle of blessing you in a certain way, to uplift you. Then we have decluttering. So I feel like you guys, this is a time, September is a time of decluttering your mind from the way that you used to be thinking, and finally returning to a place of love and light and letting go of the old. And I know that there's a lot of people in the spiritual community that mention that, you know, it's not good to just be love and light all the time. That is so positive. It's good to acknowledge the other things that are around. Yes, acknowledge the clutter so that you can declutter it. But return to the space of love and light. You can declutter in the space of love and light. You don't have to declutter in a cluttered way. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Return to that space of love and light, and things go very smoothly from there on out. And it's not saying that you have to deny the other things, except that, yes, this was a time. People, of course, go through times where they feel this way. You're not alone. We all go through those times. And it's time to really start to express your love, express that joy. And I feel like as you do that, you open up the ability to receive. I feel like you're really going to be receiving some sort of miracles and go through a time of healing. And then there's a time of like decluttering the mind, and also decluttering your space. If you have a messy room lately, it's time, and September will be a time of decluttering that and making time to clean up around and internally. And then we also have fertility, potential, powerful creative energy, initiation energy. So fertility doesn't mean actual like fertility. In this case, for you guys, it would mean potential. You're reaching into your divine potential. In the month of September, you guys are going to tap into your powerful creative energy, the initiation energy. So I feel like you guys have been kind of like off for a little while. And what I mean by that, it's like you guys are like a light switch, and you guys have been literally off for a little while. You've been kind of denying and not seeing your own light. And I feel like you're finally going to initiate action by focusing on self-love for a little while, and you guys are literally going to be flipping on that switch again of realizing your own light, your own creative energy, the things that you want to do in the world are going to be finally awakened again. And I feel like you guys are going to be receiving. Literally receiving. You guys are going to be receiving energy. You're going to be receiving love. You guys are going to be receiving miracles, blessings, gifts, things like that. So I definitely see that for you guys there. Our next 3 cards that we have, I know this reading's already been quite long so far. We have Aquarius, which rules the 11th house. Then we have Mercury, the mind. This is ruled by Gemini. And then we have Cancer, I feel. So this is all about, so Aquarius, we can start off with that one. What footprint do you want to leave on the world? How do you want to help people? You're going to help other people by helping yourself. And I feel like this is actually going to cause you to kind of realize your purpose. Aquarius is kind of making me feel like you guys are going to be realizing your purpose through this. You're going to finally realize where you belong. And I feel like this is such a divine thing. Sometimes when we go through the harshest things in life, we realize why we went through them, because the only way to help other people is if we help ourselves first, and we realize and learn through our experience, and then we can help other people through that as well, whether it be through some sort of creative endeavor, whether it be through some sort of therapy talking, whether it be anything. There's so many different outlets that you guys could help others in and inspire others in, whether it be creative or other ways as well. But I really feel like this is about leaving your footprint in the world and kind of getting in touch with your own destiny. And then we have Mercury of the mind. This is ruled by Gemini. I feel like your mind is just going to, you're going through a mental shift. This is all about your mental health. Okay, so September is focusing on your mental health. We have 2 air signs over here. Okay, so this is very much, again, focusing on your mental health. Mercury is also ruled by Virgo as well. Virgo is all about healing. It is all about the healer. They're usually they're literally the healers of the zodiac. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think I've always tend to repeat myself in as many words as possible, which is such a Gemini thing of me to do. But essentially that's just all about healing, going through your time, giving yourself time. And this is also all about healing others. Virgo is all about healing others as well. So you will notice that through this experience, I feel like you're going to get in touch with a larger destiny, a larger picture because of it. And then we have Cancer. I feel this is all about getting in touch with your emotions, healing those parts of yourselves, and really tapping into that heart chakra energy and beginning to heal that. And then our last three cards that we have over here, we have Release, we have Strength, and we have the Explorer. So it's really time to release the past, release the old patterns that you guys had, release the old mindsets that you guys had that kept you guys restricted, release anything that keeps you restricted, for one. So the fact that we have the Release card, you guys are going to be releasing a lot in September. And we also have Strength. You guys are going to realize your true power behind this. The fact that you guys can go through this, you guys can go through anything, if you know what I mean. And anytime, it's almost like working out. You need to break down and rip the muscle in order for the muscle to get stronger. That's literally what you do when you work out. You end up ripping that muscle, and that muscle grows back stronger and gets bigger. So you guys even going through this is making you literally a stronger person. Anything that we go through that tears us down, the only ever purpose of that is to make us stronger. So I really feel like you guys are really coming out of this in a very beautiful way. The strength is there. This is such a divine thing. This is actually such a good thing that you guys have been through, that you guys are going through. Of course, you don't really ever see that until the end. And then we also do have the Explorer. So I feel like it's going to really open up your eyes to your own potential. It's going to really open up your eyes to what you actually want to do in the world, how you want to leave your footprint in the world, what you want to do for others. You're going to really start to explore your own inner potential and your own inner worth and how much love that you have to offer internally. So that is what I see for you guys, pile number 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already. I'm sending you guys so much love during the month of September. I'm sending you guys all my love, and I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.